So I thought it was important to make a few notes on what we're actually doing today before we just kind of jump into it, because I wasn't that great at explaining it in the moment. So today we're going to be training at just under my lactate threshold. Your lactate threshold is the point where your body produces too much lactate that it can't really get rid of it quick enough, and it just keeps building and building and eventually slows you down. So the theory is that if you train it just under this lactate threshold level, you can do quite a lot of volume at quite a good intensity, which will increase the speed that you're hitting this lactate threshold. So essentially you can run faster for longer. Based on my past testing results, this level sits about 3.5 millimoles, which I think is kind of standard for most people, but that's what I'll be aiming to keep it under today. Also, you get this lactate number from a blood sample, which is why I keep stopping to jab my thumb every so often. If you have any other questions on this, which I'm sure loads of you do, please ask them in the comments. I'll do my best to answer them. This is only my second time doing this type of work, so I'm kind of learning as I go as well. But let's get into the sessions. So as promised in last week's video, this week we are going to be testing lactate, and I tested lactate the other day, so I know for a fact it's going to work this time. Today we have got 2 sessions. One session this morning, 5 by 5 minutes at threshold, and another session this afternoon, 16 by 1 minute at threshold. So 2 lower intensity sessions, lower volume sessions as well. Just building up that double threshold, Jakob Ingebrigtsen style. I had planned to race a half marathon next month in Barcelona, but it's creeped up on me pretty soon and I'm not that fit, so that plan is not going to happen anymore. We're just going to be training right through January and February, getting a good amount of threshold work in and try to get in really good half marathon shape for a couple of races in March. I'm actually feeling quite smug about my plan of not doing a spring marathon, because doing a big marathon session when it's -4 and I need to warm up in a jumper for the first time ever would be a bit miserable. Although I'm going to be at the house twice today, it's only going to be for like just over an hour each time, and I'll have a nice hot shower in between. My toes are freezing. I think 2 pairs of socks for the afternoon session.
Well, I've got 2 pair on this now.
I'm warming up in my racers just because I really don't want to change shoes when it's this cold. Just a 10-minute warm up this morning, down from 2 miles, because I need to do this again later on and I don't want to spend half my mileage warming up and warming down. Now just 2 by 20-second strides and then straight into it. I don't know how much blood I'm going to get from my fingers today. Definitely wouldn't get any from my toes, I know that much.
Bit of dramatics going on here today. We drink ice.
So 5 by 5 minutes with a minute float. Test lactate after number 2, number 5. Aiming for anything under 3.5, but hopefully after 2 it's a bit less than that. Maybe like 2.8 or something, but the intensity will be controlled by the lactate and it should feel quite comfortable, and it should maybe be about 5.15s based on Tuesday. I did go a bit hard, so probably about that pace will be the right lactate today. But let's get going before we both freeze to death. E-2, I don't know what that means. That's not a good sign. Is that a temperature thing? I'm gonna try a new strip. I might just test if the third one. Because what we on now, aye. Wait. I think I'm gonna lock my clock. went off again. I don't know what's going on here. It was on there. What a waste of testing strips this has been. I'm just going to need to wait in there because I can't just no test. It's fine. Ah, right. It worked the first time. Oh, it's going. Right, 2.2, that's pretty good. I can go a bit faster. Four reps done. That one was a bit quicker because the lactate suggested that I could go a bit quicker. It was 2.2 and I probably wanted it to be about 2.8 by that point. Finish up maybe about 3.2. 2.2 shows at least that I'm controlling the intensity and that's good. I'm just not quite quick enough yet at getting it done in the minute recovery. But I'll get more efficient as I do it more often. Anyway, last rep, just same as the fourth one hopefully. And then get lactate measurement. That's my glove there. Hey, see if any of these older strips work. Ah. No, E2. E2 again, I don't know what that means. I don't know if it means it's cold. Oh, I mean, it's a bit late now, but let's give it a go. Can't even see any blood there, can you?
No.
Oh, there's blood there. I'm gonna guess about 3.2. I don't know how quickly you need to do it. That wasn't that quick, but I felt like I was pushing a bit harder on those ones there. 2.7. Well, that's much better numbers than what I got on Tuesday. That's probably more realistic. On Tuesday I was like 3.3 running at like 525s. So there, 2.7 running like 518s is an improvement. No, good day. I think maybe it took me a few reps to warm up into it. But well, let's get jogging and then we can chat. So the morning session is done, 5 by 5 minutes. It felt good in the end. It took a rep or so to warm up. The first 2 reps were a bit slow and they felt like the right pace and effort. But got into it eventually. I find it harder to warm up for these double threshold sessions because I don't want to do like a 3-minute threshold and 2 by 30 seconds like I usually do, twice in one day. So I still need to figure that out. Make sure that the first rep can be as good as the last rep. Anyway, 2.2 on the lactate after rep 3, 2.7 after rep 5, which feels about right for that sort of effort and pace. Working the right zones, felt comfortable, felt good. Gonna go home, have a nice plain lunch and get a good nap. Ready to do it again this afternoon, which my dad is buzzing about.
I ain't buzzing. Oh, there's a cat walking along a canal.
Is it? Oh,
Brave cat, that.
so we've made it to the afternoon session. We're back down here at the industrial estate. Same place that we trained this morning because it's really the only place that gets gritted when it's this cold. So back down here, I'm going to do 16 by 1 minute at threshold with 30 seconds float recovery. I'm also going to test lactate again, so there'll be a few recoveries in there that are a bit longer. I couldn't even get the lactate done in a minute this morning, so almost no chance of me getting it done in 30 seconds. But I'll probably take that after the 8th rep, which then is like kind of 2 sets of 8 if I take slightly longer recovery. And then again at the end, and I'll aim for slightly higher than this morning. Aim for hopefully about 3.3, 3.4, which is where I was going for this morning, but didn't quite get there, which is fine. But I'm going to get going now. I've got 2 pairs of socks on, I've got 2 pairs of gloves, and it's 1 degree warmer, so should be even a bit of sweat this afternoon. But let's get going. 10-minute warm up and 2 by 20-second strides. Doesn't feel 1 degree warmer, I can say that. We're trying a slightly shorter loop. So the loop we used in the morning is 1,350 metres.
55 actually.
1,355 metres. And this lap is probably about 900 metres. So we're maybe going to use this just because the entrance is on the big lap. There's a lot of cars coming in it. So if we can avoid that when it's dark and get through the double threshold session without getting hit by a car, then that's always good. $16 by a minute at threshold. Should be faster than earlier, but again, guided by the effort and the lactate. Gonna get going and see how it goes. I did a similar session to this on Tuesday, and the lactate got to 4.7 in the end. The maximum limit should really be 3.5, so need to just try and control that effort today. And hopefully the fact that I've just been doing the right things for a couple more days helped bring it down. Done, feeling good, feels comfortable. I would guess the lactate's higher than earlier, just because I'm able to run a bit faster, but we'll find out in the next rep. I make sure I get 2 pairs of gloves back on.
It's not so cold this morning. Half a degree warmer.
Too cold, I think, for blood in my thumb. I don't really need to wait, but I think it's best to. Oof, 1.6. Right, let's get going a bit faster than that then. $11 reps done, 5 to go. I clearly still don't have a very good judge of what my lactate's going to be, because this definitely feels harder than earlier. I guess it's just because I'm much less used to running fast. There is no way that I'd be running threshold this hard if it wasn't for the lactate monitor. Honestly, I thought getting a lactate monitor was going to make it easier, but 1.6, not high enough. 4 reps to go. 1 rep to go. I feel like I'm running too hard, but we'll find out what the numbers say.
You feeling?
Huh?
Your heart's not freezing?
Aye.
Yeah.
let's see. I would expect that to be about 4 at least. I mean, it was harder than last week and that was a 4.7. But let's see what the numbers say. Oh, 3.3. That's good. Muscle and a half might be back on. Oh, good progress this week. It's amazing how quickly it comes back as soon as you sort of decide that you're going to do the right things. And obviously Tuesday was my first time trying anything like this. I have tried double threshold before, very briefly, but never had any testing. Day 2 of double threshold done and felt good doing it. I don't think I'm going to be getting joined for the warm down. How did you find your first double threshold session?
It's actually a treble today, if you don't mind, because I done my own 5 miles in the middle of your 2 sessions, which gives me 3 sessions. Can you beat that? No.
So how did you find it?
Very easy. I don't know all the morning and groanings about.
Very easy. That's...
Yes.
I did not find it very easy.
All set to go again at 6 o'clock in the morning.
No
And
me.
he'll be in his
him.
sleep, in his bed.
Right, very good.